Welcome back to Talk Back. We are with Begum Syeda Abida Hussain. Abida Hussain, you have said that Pakistan is an ideological state. You have also said that there cannot be a second opinion on Kashmir. You have also said that we have not gained anything from President Musharraf's policy to India regarding Kashmir. That policy needs to be changed.
Well, you know, Kashmir is really now more or less a dead issue. You see, when Atal Bihari Vajpayee visited Lahore, when Nawaz Sharif was Prime Minister in 1999, and the Lahore Accord was signed. The Lahore Accord made mention of Kashmir. It did not make mention of cross-border terrorism. When the Islamabad Accord was signed in 2004, we put our signature, Musharraf put his signature to an accord which conceded cross-border terrorism. As an outflow of that, a fence was set up by the Indian Authority along the line of control. So, whereas Indo-Pakistan relations have eased up, and I think that's a positive development, because I do believe in peace within our neighborhood above all. On the other hand, I think it would be silly now to, for any Pakistani to really assert that a Kashmir issue is still an important, vibrant issue. In his desire to be out of the box, General Musharraf has talked so much on Kashmir, and he has given away the stand on the resolutions of 1948.
Do you think it's a bad thing that Pakistan has signed the Islamabad Declaration?
It's not a question of good or bad. I'm just simply stating the record, which is that the Lahore Accord made no mention of any such thing.
But as far as
4 years
Musharraf's
later,
policy is
and
concerned,
4 years later,
as far as General Musharraf's policy is concerned, the CBMs, SAFTA, everything else, the composite dialogue, people-to-people contacts.
Look, I've just said, you want me to be speedy? I've just said that the relationship has improved, which is a good thing. However, at the same time, we have to understand as a mature people that our claim to Kashmir or the valley of Srinagar, in a way, that's gone.
Okay. You've also said regarding Kashmir, you've been quoted in the Washington Post saying the underpinning of Pakistani mindset is that Kashmir belongs to us. You've also said you followed, but the further you move away from the Kashmiri border, those feelings diminish. Are you saying that someone in Karachi or Quetta is less pro-Kashmir?
Well, I think that yes, certainly people in Jhang are less pushed about Kashmir than people in Sialkot. I did say that overall, for the Pakistani people, Kashmir is an important issue. It is a legitimate claim.
You're categorizing the patriotism of the Pakistani people.
At the same time, of course, on all issues, there's a divergence of opinions. You cannot expect, you know, Tehsil Jhang is the same area size as the Srinagar Valley and has as many people living in it. Now, the amount of money of Pakistani taxpayers that has been spent on our so-called effort to get Srinagar, if the same amount of money had been spent in my Tehsil, where I'm coming from, we would be an altogether different region. So, what I'm saying is that yes, to a Baloch, yes, to people in the remote Pashtun areas, yes, in Upper Sindh, in southern Punjab, their own lives are a living concern for people. Their deprivations are what are the deprivations of those people. Kashmir has been a territorial claim, a just territorial claim. Every rational-minded Pakistani goes along with that. At the same time, it's been the holy grail for the Pakistan Army. The Pakistan Army has failed to achieve their holy grail under a military dispensation of a character called Parvez Musharraf, then it's their failure.
All right, let's switch gears. You have also, while you were serving as ambassador in the United States, you also have suggested that Pakistan should recognize Israel and vice versa.
Well, you know, the exact context was that India set up diplomatic relations with Israel while I was representing Pakistan in Washington. And what I said was that the Oslo Accords are in process. The Palestinians and the Israelis are talking to each other. When they resolve their question, then Pakistan too would recognize Israel, because we do not have a quarrel necessarily independent of the Palestinian question. It's a Palestinian issue.
But the quarrel continues in Palestine, though.
So therefore, we do not recognize Israel.
What's your position today?
Today, I think, General Pervez Musharraf's government, as you know, has made similar noises. I think that had we set up diplomatic relations with Israel at the time that India did, we would not have given India the advantage of having a very strong voice inside of America rooting for India. But that moment is gone. It's long in the past. And therefore, for us now to do anything other than wait for a resolution of the Palestinian question according to the wishes of the Palestinian people, for us to do anything else would not be right. We would gain nothing from it.
Regarding your view on America, you've said that General Musharraf is, quote, drunk on American power. So why is it that you frequent Washington rather often too?
I do know Washington. It's a wonderful city. It has the world's most spectacular spring. It's a very engaging city. It has a lot of intellectual stimulus.
You just go there for the weather?
I go there for many things. I go there, A, to inform myself on what is being mulled out in the center of power that exercises ultimate control over the center of power in my country, which is the general headquarters of the Pakistan Army.
We're talking to Begum Abida Hussain. Stay tuned to TalkBack.